So what does a Trump administration mean for the Federal Reserve as we talk about interest rates? Steve Liesman assesses the landscape.
The election of a new president has thrown open questions about the Federal Reserve, ranging from rate policy to personnel. The first hint that Donald Trump could surprise the world and be elected president on Tuesday evening sent the chance of a December rate hike plunging. It stabilized at a lower level the next day and has now come back to be around 63%. That's just about where it was when markets thought Hillary Clinton was likely to be elected. Richmond Fed President Jeffrey Lacker today joined other Fed officials in saying the election has not changed his view that the case for raising rates is relatively strong. Almost certainly that sense comes from a pretty positive stock market reaction to the election. A Dow Jones nosedive could have changed the outlook for a Fed hike. Another area of interest is whether the president-elect will respect the Fed's independence. Trump accused the Fed and Fed Chair Janet Yellen of keeping rates low to help his opponent, levying harsh political criticism at the central bank. Some Fed officials, they felt the need since the election to emphasize the value of an independent Fed.
One of the lessons from, 100 years of central banking is that independent central banks tend to perform better, keep inflation low, and that's something that, most countries, the most successful countries, have accepted as has the U.S. So from my perspective, that's the most important thing for the Fed, to continue to have the ability to make the monetary policy decisions that are best for the long run.
Trump economic advisor David Malpass said in an interview this morning that the Fed is independent, but didn't quite stop there.
The issue, though, is their performance has not been good. We've had a really slow growth economy. And so the question is, will they look inside and see that they're part of that problem?
President Trump will be able to put a large imprint on the Fed in the months and years ahead. Yellen's term is up in February 2018, and 2 Fed governorships are vacant now. That means he'll be able to appoint at least 3 of the 7 members of the Board of Governors, along with any other governors who might resign. The unknown question, now that he's president, does he want higher rates or, like many who held the Oval Office before him, prefer rates as low as possible? For Nightly Business Report, I'm Steve Liesman.